am not right.
You're terrible, Muriel.
Talk to me.
You gonna do that pogo?
You ain't talking to the cop. Today is a brand new day.
No, that's it. It's the vibe.
G'day, fellow Aussie film lovers, and welcome back to another episode of Under Southern Screens, the most scaredy Australian cinema podcast. I'm Mitch.
And I'm scared. Oh, wait, no, I'm Matthew. Sorry. You said the thing, and I was like, oh,
That's
you
me.
hit me on the head there, mate, man.
I'm spooked today.
I'm spooked and duked, and it is because we're talking about a very special movie. Some would say the most Australian movie ever.
I would say it's the only good Australian movie.
Yeah, I would say it is the only Australian movie
The
ever.
only
Everything else we
Australian
watched
movie?
in the past couple of weeks, like, just
Yeah,
turn that
actually,
off. Get that out of
we've
here.
been pulling your leg this whole time. We've just been, faking it.
We're frauds. We're hucksters for you. Mitch, what are we watching today that is so Australian?
Well, today I must issue a spoiler warning for 2002's very own Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo 2002. Do you reckon they, waited to launch it in 2002 so that they could have a rhyming name and year?
I don't think it's not a possibility.
Well, there you go.
That was a
There
double
you go.
negative, but you see what I'm saying.
But it fulfilled me, and I just want to say I hope this movie fulfilled you, Mitch, because it sure fulfilled my taste buds this week.
Well, let me break it down for you. Let me break it down.
Break it down, mate. Wiki whack. I mean, this starts with a rap number, a rap version of the Scooby-Doo theme. So, I mean, it's only on brand. Anyway, jump into that intro for me, Mitch.
So this film marks the first time Scooby-Doo was ever brought to the big screen in live action. And I can only be led to assume it is the origin behind the slew of CGI animal movies we saw throughout the 2000s and early 2010s. The likes of
Yes.
which include Garfield, Hop, Marmaduke, Beverly Hills Chihuahua, and Garfield 2, A Tale of Two Kitties.
Oh my gosh.
Bringing to life Mystery Incorporated as Freddie Prinze Jr. playing an absolutely butchered Fred Jones, Sarah Michelle Gellar playing an absolutely assassinated Daphne Blake,
Oh my
Linda
God.
Cardellini playing a version of Velma Dinkley that could only be described as visually accurate, and Matthew Lillard playing an accurate, actually pretty good Norval Shaggy Rogers.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Yeah.
And of course, Australian stuntman and safety supervisor Neil Fanning plays the titular Great Dane, Scooby-Doo. Beyond being a CGI monstrosity, Scooby isn't too bad. 2 years after the group of so-called friends operating under the company name Mystery Incorporated went separate ways, all of them are called out of retirement for what can only be described as one last job, to solve the haunting of Wet and Wild, or its pseudonym, Spooky Island. While at first, old grudges do rear their ugly heads, the gang manages to band together as they come to realize that this time, the haunting may not actually be a capitalist in a mask, but instead actual monsters that intend to steal the souls of all the visitors to the island and then place themselves inside the bodies of their victims to then go out into the world undetected.
Damn.
In an exceedingly stupid effort by the screenwriter James the Second Coming of Christ for superhero movies Gunn, the movie was originally meant to be a lot more raunchy and adult, which you can see in Velma and Daphne's wardrobe choices, but instead was kiddied up to be the kind of same level that other Scooby-Doo movies are at. Filming took place in Queensland, Australia, with Spooky Island being filmed on Tangalamu Island Resort in Moreton Island, which is just east of Moreton Bay, where I assume the Moreton Bay bugs I so love to slope down into my tum-tum come from. It is the 10th feature-length Scooby project and was directed by Raja Gosnell, who you would know from classics like Big Mama's House, Scooby-Doo 2, Monsters Unleashed, Never Been Kissed, and Beverly Hills Chihuahua. I'm shocked. Max. You're not Max.
Oh my gosh. Freudian slip.
Oh, ghosts of the
Freudian
past.
slip.
Ghosts of the past have come back to haunt me.
Hey, Max.
Matt, ask me, as a film lover, how would I think about this movie?
Mitch, as
Yeah.
someone who has an active Letterboxd account, as someone who has seen countless a film at Hoyt's what do you think of the 2002 live-action Scooby-Doo film?
This movie sucks. Now, Matt, ask me, as a fan of Scooby-Doo, what I think of this movie.
Mitch, as a fan of Scooby-Doo, what do you think of this film?
This movie still sucks.
Yeah, I should have seen that coming. I'm being baited.
You got
and switched.
baited.
Can I just be honest, Mitch?
Mm-hmm.
I'm someone who doesn't like to hate movies. I like to find the positives in any movie I watch, because hating on movies is very like 2010s YouTuber coded. It's like it's not like
It's cinema sins. It's
not the end of the world. Like, just find something to like about something. Do you know what I mean?
Art is art, you know, and you can find enjoyment in art.
That being said,
Yep.
I found this movie very funny and not so good, but like, I didn't have a bad time watching it. That's what I will say. And yeah, you know, I have a long-standing relationship to this movie. I remember it being like, whenever in primary school we would have a wet weather day, we must have had a DVD or something just on standby, because the first movie would be like Scooby-Doo 2002, and we'd all be satisfied for it, even though we'd watched it like 5 times. But I hadn't actually seen it since those primary school days. And given the fact that I am now a grown boy, I'm a grown man, could I enjoy this as a 22-year-old jaded adult? And I guess the answer is no, but it's very funny.
I don't want to say I hate this movie, but I really don't like it.
Yeah, it's just off.
The only good thing about this movie is Matthew Lillard.
Yeah, I think Matthew Lillard is pretty spot on.
And he has some good lines too. There's actually, the writing somehow goes up in quality whenever it's a Shaggy moment.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Otherwise, it's dog doo-doo. It's Scooby-Doo-doo.
Yeah, it's Scooby-Doo-Doo. Insert prolonged 3-minute scene of Shaggy and Scooby burping and farting. Can I be honest, Mitch? Remember in like the first ep when you had to take a break in Story of the Kelly Gang to listen to the Pacific Rim soundtrack?
Yes.
During the middle of that pooping and farting and burping scene between Shaggy and Scooby-Doo, I genuinely had to stop the movie, close my laptop, take a break, come
Just
back.
have a breather.
Like, that never happens with me.
You can power through.
I just had to take a break, man. It was just too much for me. But I don't know. If you haven't figured it out at this point, the most Australian thing about Scooby-Doo, and the reason why we're talking about it, is because it's filmed in Queensland. And
also the guy who plays Scooby-Doo is Australian.
That's something I didn't realize, actually.
Yeah,
so
he's like more of a stunt guy as well. Like, if you ever look at his filmography, he does more stunt stuff than acting. For some reason, he's Scooby-Doo, though.
There's no silly questions in life, but he wasn't actually performing all those stunts as Scooby-Doo, was he?
So what they did was they brought in a puppet from the Jim Henson Muppet House, and then they just CGI'd and did like the, you know, like,
I would have never known that it was CGI.
I'll take things Matthew has never said for 100.
It was 2002 in terms of CGI quality.
So I think some background on me as a Scooby-Doo lover, because I'm a big Scooby-Doo fan.
Some might say he's a Scooby-Dude. Go on. Sorry about that.
Yeah, thank you. This and its sequel were Scooby-Doo movies I watched back in the day before I even did this stupid-ass rewatch crap thing marathon that I've been put myself through, that is actually on hiatus right now because a different Scooby-Doo movie did kill the vibe.
Can you spoil which one that is?
It was Scooby-Doo The Curse of the Lake Monster, which is the second movie in the second set of live-action Scooby-Doo films they made. So there's 5 live-action Scooby-Doo movies. There's this one and its sequel. There's Scooby-Doo The Mystery Begins.
That's the prequel.
That's the prequel. And then the prequel has a sequel called The Curse of the Lake Monster.
It's like The Hobbit and The Hobbit 2.
And then also the prequel has a spin-off, which is Daphne and Velma, which is just taking Daphne and Velma from those movies, and they get their own movie, which I haven't seen yet because that's further on.
Anyway,
those 2 prequel movies, horrendous, disgusting.
Puts it in perspective for Scooby-Doo 1.
And also worse CGI than the Scooby,
oh my gosh,
which is not acceptable because that's like 2010 or something is when it came out. This is 2002.
Some of it looks quite good for the time.
Fine.
All of the dogs in it look good, but then all the monsters look absolutely worst thing ever. Spy Kids 3D.
The bunny monsters in this are insane. So this is the James Gunn, by the way. This is Superman 2025, written and directed by...
Married to Pam from The Office, James Gunn. Well, he was, but he got divorced during The Office's run. But anyway, that's just a little neat fun fact.
Crazy.
But it is that James Gunn.
He wrote this originally with the intent of it being more adult and more, raunchy and naughty and that kind of thing. And then it did get dulled down.
But that's something where it's like, once you set a tone for a movie, you can't really pedal back on it. Like, I think in terms of a spooky island full of college kids as like a framing device, that inherently means
It's
like Animal
that's an
Housewives
inherent
and stuff.
raunchy comedy setup.
Yeah.
Scooby and Shaggy are heavily, like, obviously in the original stuff and in the source material, they are implied to kind of be a bit stonerish.
Yeah, 100%.
But in this, it's basically almost outright. So there's that part where they're in the mystery machine and they're like,
mate.
"Come on, Scoop, like pass it over, man!" Like, you know,
the funny weed song is playing as
yeah,
well.
yeah. The Bob Marley song, is it Bob Marley? Yeah.
I have no idea.
To be fair, that scene has my favorite line in the whole movie, which is "Materialism isn't like our bag, man," which is actually something that like pops into my head.
Yeah, they eat snacks that have their name on them.
Yeah,
they eat Scooby snacks.
Yeah,
Anyway.
and then he meets Mary Jane.
Oh my gosh,
Isla Fisher.
I'm a hater. That's the third Australian thing in this movie.
Yeah, Isla Fisher.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, how could I forget? Look, man, I think for the material she's given is doing it okay, but not great.
I'm gonna agree with you. I don't think a single actor is the issue with this film.
Yeah, exactly.
So I did drag on Sarah Michelle Gellar, Linda Cardellini, and Freddie Prinze Jr. earlier. I don't actually think it's their fault.
Yeah.
And the sequel is 10 times better.
Okay, that's positive.
Like, big bugbear, and this plays into like what I was just saying about the characterizations and all that. My big bugbear is that the gang seems to hate each other, and the gang should never. Well, they don't just seem to. They just straight up do hate each other, and the gang can never hate each other. That it doesn't work. Scooby-Doo doesn't work when the gang is like you can have infighting. Like the gang can disagree. There can be moments where they're maybe not happy with each other, but they can't hate each other to the extent. Velma looks like she wants to kill every single one of them at every moment.
She looks like she doesn't want to be. And that's the thing too, like, firstly, I just want to say, like, the inciting incident for them breaking up is not there at all. There's like no reason.
It has to be implied, and this is not good, by the way, but it's implied that this is just a buildup of Velma's irritation to Fred stealing the plan, which is the thing. Fred doesn't do that. This isn't Fred. So
James Gunn, he's a legend now, but he does. Yeah, this was a rough script in my opinion.
Fred in both of these movies sucks because Fred in both of these movies is a stupid jock. And you want to know something? Fred is not a stupid jock. He's an idiot, but he's not a jock. I can't deal with this version of Fred because he's just narcissistic, he's arrogant, he's a piece of crap. Fred is none of those things. Fred is a sweet young boy who doesn't know what sex is and never will. He's like Kronk, okay? He's a hyper fixated asexual man.
Damn. Wow. Now I know how Last Jedi fans felt.
What do you mean?
You're going on a rampage about character assassination and stuff. This is amazing.
Star Wars fans don't understand what it's like to be a Scooby-Doo fan, all right? It's hard out here. We're fighting for our lives. Before.
On the casting, what a late 90s smorgasbord.
Oh, it's
you got
insane,
Freaks and
dude.
Geeks, you got
insane.
Buffy, you got William Afton. No, is it William Afton or Michael Afton from the FNAF movie in all these movies?
William.
I haven't seen
William.
either, so
but he would have been Scream at this point in time.
Yeah, Scream. Yeah.
He would have been Mr. Scream.
And Isla Fisher from Sea Change. So it's like, wow. What
did you say Rowan Atkinson as well?
Yeah, Mr. Bean's in this.
Mr. Bean's in this, yeah.
Mate, honestly, I think he's probably the best performance in the movie because he just doesn't care. That's like, it's so good.
He and Matthew Lillard.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
that's a given.
I really do think Matthew Lillard is the glue that holds this whole movie together. It's the only thing that makes it slightly watchable is Matthew Lillard. And this is, I think everyone knows this as well, including people who make these movies, because they brought Matthew Lillard back to be the voice actor for
He's like J.K. Simmons as J. Jonah Jameson. He like sets the tone of what a character is for decades to come.
Yeah, he's just been Shaggy in the cartoon. Well, not in a lot of the shows, but in a lot of the movies they've made since. He's been Shaggy, and I honestly dig it. Like, he's brilliant. He's a great Shaggy.
But yeah, Rowan Atkinson, he is a robot at the very end of this, and the reveal is that it's Scrappy Doo. So a little baby dog is controlling Rowan Atkinson, but there's a little very subtle bit of foreshadowing in the middle of the movie where Rowan Atkinson, he's like watching all these monsters and stuff like go around, and he like scratches his neck in like a weird way, like a dog would. And I'm like, oh my gosh, James Gunn did a film school foreshadowing. And I clapped.
I clapped because
I clapped
foreshadowing.
because foreshadowing. I saw a technique from my film school textbook.
Yeah. That's how you make movie, you said
That's
as
how
you
you
pointed
make
to
movie.
the screen.
Yeah, I was so impressed at that. But no, he's funny. And this is from that era of like Johnny English and stuff where his performances are just so casual and funny, and I'm into it. I like it.
He's a star and he knows he's a star. This movie frustrates me on so many levels. It's
As a
actually
Scooby-Doo fan, I'm sure it's extra offensive because it is in that era of like retro revivals where they're not trying to pay attention to the source material, and they're like, "This ain't your grandma's Scooby-Doo. This one has
boobies,
fighting. This one has boobies,
and
has
fighting,
cool boobies.
and Buffy being Buffy, because they got Sarah Michelle Gellar in to turn Daphne into Buffy, which I wouldn't mind if Daphne the character didn't suck. Daphne is a badass, by the way. In general, she should always be a badass / MacGyver type character, but she shouldn't be spoiled and like whiny the way this Daphne is.
Yeah. To add on to your point about how everyone in the cast hates each other, they're not really seen together for the whole movie. They all like split off into different factions and stuff. That's not what Scooby-Doo is. I thought it was like the dynamics work because they're all in the same place and they have contrasting relationships to each other. But here it's like Fred and Daphne split off at one point, Fred and Velma split off at one point, and then Shaggy and Scooby are doing their thing with Mary Jane.
It's always just like, Shaggy and Scooby, and then one of the girls is by herself while Fred tries to riz the other, and it's very frustrating to watch.
I thought the whole thing was this was a team. None of you are working as a team. Gordon Ramsay reference.
I don't understand the point in splitting the gang up. The movie and the franchise and everything is called Scooby-Doo, but the worst incarnations of this series is when they don't have Mystery Inc. as the full Mystery Inc. in it.
Yeah, right.
At least to me. I don't know if everyone else agrees on that. I know there's maybe some fan favorite like the 13th Ghost and stuff like that.
The Scooby-Doo fandom's going to come after you, man.
I may be putting
on our Australian cinema podcast.
On Australian cinema podcast, I may have just unlocked the wrath of the Scooby-Doo fandom.
Oh no.
It's not even like they hate each other. It's you've actually had to fundamentally change every single character to be hateful and spiteful, because
and who does that service? It doesn't service the fans because it's like, oh, the character is different from what I know, and it doesn't service an average punter like me who's like, why would these guys be together in the first place if they're just being snarky douchebags to each other?
Were they just like business partners who all begrudgingly worked together or something?
They literally act like passive aggressive co-workers the whole movie. They do. It's unfortunate how true to life it is.
You know, some things I'll say that are good. I'm a fan of when the Scooby-Doo monster turns out to be real. I actually quite like that. The only issue is that it's been done better in both Scooby-Doo at Zombie Island and Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost. Those movies are what grown-up Scooby-Doo looks like. It's more mature without being this TNA type crap, you know? It's it's and then without having to figure out a way to shoehorn Vanilla Ice in there, which, by the way, why is Vanilla Ice in this movie?
Was that Vanilla Ice?
That was Vanilla Ice.
Oh my gosh. I was going to say, like, this movie is, and I know this is, everyone says this about this movie, but it is stuck in 2002, and it's
so dated.
Fantastic. I love how this movie just captures a moment in time. And like, as shonky as this movie is, everyone looks like they're having a ball filming it. They get to go to bloody Queensland and live it up on the beach, and everyone's wearing
Dream World.
They get to hang out at Dream World and Wet and Wild, and everyone's wearing like skimpy beach wear, and it looks really warm and nice. And it reminds me of a January holiday up to the Gold Coast. That's what it reminds me of.
I see it. It grates on me, this movie. It grates
like a piece of cheddar cheese.
It grates, it frustrates, it irates.
Damn, how poetic. Mitch, I just want to let you know, this movie made me insane.
Yes. Well, but how?
I went on a rabbit hole after watching this movie. I need to share this with you.
Please tell me.
So I watched the movie and I was like, okay, this was kind of dookie. Put it on Letterboxd. Didn't think about it again. Then I was like, do you remember the Nostalgia Critic?
I do remember the Nostalgia Critic. I wish I didn't, but I do.
Oh my God. Because I remember one of his big videos that he did was he reviewed the 2002 Scooby-Doo movie. And so I rewatched it and it made me feel double nostalgic. Like, so it made me feel nostalgic for the 2000s by watching the Scooby-Doo movie, and it made me double nostalgic for watching narrative-driven internet movie reviewers where the review has a narrative within it.
We're talking like RLM.
Yeah, RLM based. Yeah, that type of thing.
Yeah.
And so in the nostalgia, because this is the content you guys signed up for.
Us remembering YouTube videos at you.
Yeah. The nostalgia critic, he's about to watch the Scooby-Doo movie 2002, and then an explosion happens and his 2002 self appears, and then the future nostalgia critic comes in and he's watching the Scooby-Doo movie, and the whole review is 3 different versions of Doug Walker as the nostalgia critic reviewing this movie.
I think I hate this.
But it's funny, like the opening 5 minutes are just Doug Walker going on like a screaming rampage. I'll send it to you later. It's the most funny thing, unironically. But my
horrendous.
deep dive does not stop there, because after
goodness.
that, I not only watched the Mr. Sunday Movies video on Scooby-Doo, then I decided, you know what? I'm going to watch 2 episodes of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, because I've never seen Buffy before.
Wait, so which episodes did you watch?
The first 2.
What'd you think? What'd you think?
I really enjoyed it. I think it is, the writing's good.
Season 1 is rough, by the way. It gets way better after season 1.
Everyone over the age of 25 hypes the hell out of Buffy. But it doesn't stop there, Mitch. The rabbit hole does not end, because from watching the 2002 Scooby-Doo movie to watching the 2 like internet reviews of Scooby-Doo to watching Buffy, I then decided to put on How I Met Your Mother for the first time in years, because Alison Hannigan's in Buffy.
Yes.
And she isn't even in Scooby-Doo, but it's just it's the butterfly effect of
Dude,
life. So
the Scooby-Doo to How I Met Your Mother pipeline is real.
mate, it was actually crazy. So thank you, Mitch, for entrusting me with this journey.
I'm glad I could join that with you.
Yeah.
I must say, though, I think the fever nightmare of mine is 3 Doug Walkers appearing and talking to me at once.
It's so funny. Look, I love that era of YouTube. It's cringe and delicious at the same time.
I never really got into the nostalgia critic. He was never one I could really get behind.
He's not for everyone.
I was more of a Red Letter Media kind of guy.
That high caliber film criticism.
Yes, Red Letter Media.
The
high
3
caliber
versions of
movie
the nostalgia
review.
critic just yelling at people.
I don't know, man. It's hard to go back to him as well after you hear about all the stuff that kind of maybe went behind the scenes and all that.
Well, no, it 100% did, but I think,
it's rough. It's rough.
Everyone who makes content on the internet and in media sucks.
Except us. We're beautiful.
You know what I was genuinely about to say? I was about to say we're the good ones. But
we're the good white men who make a podcast.
Yeah. If you haven't realized, this is the April Fool's episode. The whole purpose of this pod is just to not talk about Australian movies, because we wanted to trick you.
Do a bit.
We love you and we wanted to trick you.
Do you feel tricked?
In this Australian cinema podcast, we've gone down the Scooby-Doo rabbit hole. We've talked about Buffy. We've talked about the nostalgia critic, and we have not talked about anything that's related to Australian film, except for the fact that it was shot in Queensland. Isla Fish is in it, and the guy that plays Scooby-Doo is Australian.
He's an Aussie, yeah.
He's an Aussie. Has he been in anything else?
Hold on, let me pull it up. Oh, he also performed in the highly successful and #1 rated attraction, the Police Academy Stunt Show at Warner Brothers Movie World on the Gold Coast in Queensland, Australia.
Everything I said. What a legend, Australian hero. I'm sorry. What's his name?
Neil Fanning. Any relation to Elle Fanning?
Oh, perhaps. Neil Fanning. My name is Matthew Robertson. I'm very sorry that I made injustice of you. You are the first in a long line of Australian heroes, and you should be recognized as such.
He's done 30 years performing in live shows and has done over 50 movies, television shows, and commercial roles.
Oh my gosh, I just realized, sorry to go back to my elongated rabbit hole bit, but it actually doesn't stop there.
Oh my god, keep her going.
Speaking of movie world, I watched 3 or 4 POV ride videos of the Scooby-Doo ride at Warner Brothers Movie World.
Why 3? Did you not get it from the first
Well, because
one?
they changed it. They changed the ride.
Okay.
They added new screens and stuff recently, and so I wanted to see how they changed it. But it's obviously this whole video has been a big joke. If there's one piece of ingrained Australian media that stemmed from the Scooby-Doo live action movie from 2002, it seems to be this one movie world ride. It's gained an adoration by the Australian public.
It is pretty huge.
I have not seen in any other theme park attraction. I'm amazed that Defunctland hasn't made a video on it. It's massive.
It is kind of huge, honestly. It's kind of crazy how just kind of everyone knows about it. Is it down though now? Is it stopped?
Oh, no, they reopened it. They reopened it with new screens and stuff.
I'm going to hit you with a little secret.
Yeah, go on then.
I've been to Queensland a couple of times, and I've been to a few of the worlds.
A few of the worlds?
I've never been to WB Movie World, though.
It is a depressing experience. I'll be brutally honest.
Oh, that's rough. That's so rough.
It's like Batman's suit. Like it's like Superman flying school or whatever. And it's just like, oh, okay, sick.
Yeah,
this is definitely gonna top Universal. But the Scooby-Doo ride's iconic as Australians.
Yeah, it goes backwards.
It goes backwards.
Everyone knows it goes backwards.
And they have a rockin' cover of the Scooby-Doo theme, which is delightful to see. And they still show clips from this movie in the pre-show.
I'll give this movie that. The redo of the Scooby-Doo theme in a more kind of cinematic format is pretty decent. I think
there are 3 different versions of it. There's a rap version. There's a punk rock version.
The rap version at the start is all right.
And I think there's like a reggae version as well when they're on the island or something like that.
Oh, really?
It's like, yeah.
Did you ever see? Probably not, because you weren't born. But
I could have watched it after.
Those trailers for Scooby-Doo, because WB owns the rights to Batman and DC and all that too.
Yes. Yeah.
And so there was those trailers where it was the world needs a new hero, and it has a silhouette, and you think it's the Batman silhouette, but then it's Scooby-Doo, and Scooby-Doo turns around, and I can you imagine them doing that nowadays and everyone thinking that James Gunn's about to announce the next Batman, but it's actually just him saying, I'm coming back to Scooby-Doo.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
All I'm saying is bring James Gunn back to Scooby-Doo. He's got a 50% success rate on writing Scooby-Doo films.
As much as I hate this movie, I'd love to see like a third reboot of this, but it just keeps the 2002 tone. It's like the Brady Bunch movie where they haven't left like 2002, but
everyone's
the world
older.
has changed. Yeah, the world has changed around them or whatever. That would be funny.
They're all stuck. You know what? I think that's the kind of Scooby-Doo that James Gunn would be good at writing.
Yeah, 100%.
But yeah, this movie sucks and I hate it.
Yeah.
I know we don't rate movies, but 0 out of 10.
I think it's funny. I think it's really funny. But
no, it's not a 0 out of 10. There is redeeming qualities to it.
Unless you're a little child or you like funny things, you know.
Or you're a huge fan of time capsules.
Yeah, or if you're a fan of young Isla Fisher.
I mean, who isn't? She's so charming.
She's a sweetheart. I love her.
Yeah. But she's better in Hot Rod.
She's better in Confessions of a Shopaholic, which I also watched during school.
I haven't seen Confessions of a
Yeah,
Shopaholic.
it's not good at all. But anyway, listeners of our Under Southern Screens pod, we're sorry.
Yeah, but I can make it up to you all by saying what I think the most Australian thing in this film is.
Pile it on, mate. Let's go.
It's really simple. It's just teenagers getting drunk and going to theme parks.
Yes.
That's so Australian.
In Queensland, schoolies time.
On your Queensland.
Yeah, mate.
Or maybe it's our Coast Guard just ignoring any calls for help.
Bondi Rescue, like that's not accurate at all. But,
no, definitely
yeah,
not.
man, you know, nice thing I forgot to mention about this movie before we close off.
Sure.
Sarah Michelle Gellar, Freddie Prinze Jr. got married. They're still married to this day. Love that.
Oh, and they also have that amazing quote where Sarah Michelle Gellar goes, she's going into the depth of why Scooby-Doo is so good. Like, it wasn't a boys show or a girls show. It was just these kids solving mysteries.
And then it cuts to...
It was a talking dog.
Genuinely funnier than any joke that James Gunn wrote in this movie.
Yeah. Obviously, they deserve each other. The least problematic Hollywood couple.
Yeah, what sweethearts. I'm good for them.
I hope it's fine. I hope we haven't just had things kept from us. But then again, keep it from me. I don't want to know.
We don't know them. We aren't on their hotline.
I don't know them. I don't need to know them.
I hope I wish them all the best.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks for listening to this very manipulative, subversive episode, stupid episode of the pod. We'll be back to reviewing normal Australian movies next week.
What are we reviewing next week, Matthew?
We are watching the 1966 film They're a Weird Mob.
Oh.
Mitch has never heard of this movie or seen this movie, and it's interesting. So
let's do it to it.
Yeah, let's do it to it. And let's try and get through it. Guys, thank you so much for watching this episode.
You can email us at undersouthernscreenspod@gmail.com, and you can follow us on X, Insta, and Threads at undersouthernscreenspod. Links are in the bio for all that, as well as our Letterboxds if you want to check out what we say and do. We're funny sometimes, not really.
Yeah, if you want to find out what we really think of Scooby-Doo, I gave it 5 stars, actually. I love this movie.
I gave it 1.5. Okay. And you can also see when I go insane and go and watch 5 movies in cinema during a weekend.
I did almost that, and I lost my headphones in the cinema, which was not ideal.
Oh!
Yeah.
No, I'm so sorry to hear. That's horrible.
Okay, but the person who helped me look for them was really nice, but we were unsuccessful. But anyway, see you later.
This is the worst, and I hope, and keep looking at those Southern screens. Ruby, Ruby, Roo!
Thanks for listening to another episode of Under Southern Screens. We'll be back next week to talk more films down under. We just want to attribute that our opening title is Heavy Duty by Zoo, and our closing title is Heavyweight by Fell Creek. Thanks so much for listening, and Mitch and I will see you in the next episode. See you next time. Under Southern Screens would like to acknowledge the stolen lands on which this podcast is recorded and produced, and pay tribute to the Wurundjeri and Woiwurrung people of the Kulin Nation and Camaragal people of the Eora Nation.
Sovereignty was never ceded, and we pay respect to all Indigenous elders past, present, and emerging. Always was, always will be Aboriginal land.